Welcome to beautiful San Diego, California. Robert Hansen Field at Lee Archer Stadium. I'm your play-by-play commentator, and I have alongside with me tonight is Brett Killian, the wide receiver from the Vancouver Legion. Number one, that is, should I say. Hey, Brett, we got two teams coming in today's matchup. Both are at 2-8 on the season. Can you please give me your take on tonight's matchup and what these two teams need to do in order to walk out here with the victory?
Well, simply put, at 2-8, both the teams are out of playoff contention, but there is one silver lining in this game. This is the first time Tulsa and San Diego have locked horns with each other, so this is going to be early bragging rights for both teams here. Now, the keys to victory for both sides. For Tulsa, they just need to wake up offensively. They have been pretty much quiet over the last 3 weeks, only scoring 20 combined points, whereas allowing 112. So they need to shore up both their offense and defense to have a chance in this game. As for San Diego, they need to keep relying on Javier Vasquez, the quarterback for the Mavericks, and just keep his progressions going, essentially, because he has been improving week by week through the air. So nonetheless, this is going to be an exciting matchup today.
Yeah, Vasquez has been really coming into his zone towards the back end of the season here, as you just stated. But what about the run game between these two teams? I've noticed that the run game is not, should I say, a factor when it comes to both of these teams, as their running backs are pretty much towards the bottom of the poll in the running back rate rush to number one, or should I say that rushing title in the SFL.
No, you're right. Exactly right. Jalen Wells, if you take away one of his games, if I'm not mistaken, that he had over 100 yards, he's been pretty pedestrian. As for Sonzo Robinson, we are so used to seeing him have big seasons. So this is a little bit of an unorthodox kind of look for him, only having 550 yards up to this point this season. So they're both going to have to step things up.
And here's the kickoff from Tulsa over to San Diego. San Diego is your home team in white helmets, gray jerseys and white pants. Tulsa is the teal green, white jerseys and teal pants. Let's take a look at this offense here for the San Diego Mavericks, who have the ball first. Your quarterback is Javier Vasquez, running back is Jalen Wells, fullback Nick Hoglin, and wide receivers are Ryan Owens, Liam Hammer, Oscar Perdomo, and tight end Optimus Klein. And they do have one offensive lineman in Finley James. Here's a three-step drop here by Vasquez. Vasquez is going to dump it off to Wells, and Wells is going to pick up 3 yards on that reception there.
Yeah, and they're going early with the passing play option here. Javier Vasquez getting close to 3,000 yards to the season so far, amongst the top half of the league quarterbacks in yards so far this season. So that's been the bright shining spot for San Diego, and they're starting with a pass right here.
Looks like the defense is in a 4-2 nickel. Handoff here to Wells once again, and Wells is hitting the backfield. He's going to lose that 3 yards that he gained, and that is by the tackle, Miles Gibson, the outside linebacker.
Yeah, and Miles Gibson has had a pretty productive season in himself. He's got 75 tackles, bring that 76 up to this point, and his 5th tackle for loss this season after this play. So great job pursuing Jalen Wells on that play.
They're going to go gun tray open here. Here's Vasquez, the left-hander, with a side-on throw. Man, wide open down the bottom of the field. And that is number 83, Oscar Perdomo. And this is going to be a touchdown for the San Diego Mavericks. And as you stated, partner, that Vasquez has been coming into his zone, and Vasquez has been doing exactly what he needs to do to put points on the board for the San Diego Mavericks.
Yeah, Vasquez has been fantastic over the last few weeks, but let's talk about Oscar Perdomo here. This is his first catch of the season, and he gets 6 out of this. It's just what an amazing debut catch for Perdomo here. He has the open space, getting away from the secondary, which looked to be Daniel Wright coming nearby, trying to pursue him. But nonetheless, he breaks free and he scores 6 right away for San Diego. And that passing offense, it's a prime example of how much better they've gotten over these last couple weeks.
Wow, what a strike by San Diego on that first possession there. Man, only took off 1 minute and 11 seconds off the clock. And they put 7 on the board right away. Now here comes the Tulsa offense, and as you stated, they did have some trouble the past few games as far as putting points on the board, and only gaining 20 for their team over the past 3 weeks. This is something that we're going to be looking to here on this drive for Tulsa.
Yeah, you can even pinpoint it back to the last 2 weeks. Only 17 against a Vancouver defense who has been up and down as of recently, and then only getting 3 points against Atlanta. So they're going to need to step things up offensively.
Here's Gabriel Manning, a dangerous return guy here in the SFL, and he gets out to the 32-yard line. Tulsa Desperados offense going to go with JQ as the quarterback. Halfback is Sonzo Robbins, we mentioned earlier, and fullback is Stephen McMichaels. Wide receivers are Corey Jones, DJ and Gabriel Manning, the number 1 wide receiver, and tight end Jason France. It's going to be trips to JQ to the right here. 4-2 nickel is the defense as well. 2-step drop by Q. Q launches a big on. That pass is going to be intended for the receiver.
Oh.
Looks like that was intended for Corey Jones. No, it wasn't Corey Jones. It was one of the backup receivers. And that is Terrence Cooley, the intended receiver there. But, man, outstanding defense for San Diego there.
Yeah, it's a good job just covering all the wide receiving options for JQ to look for basically his 4th or 5th progression as he's looking down the field. So great job by San Diego secondary to start off defensively.
Tulsa come out in a full wide receiver set. Trips to the right. Sonzo Robinson in the backfield while Jay is in the gun. Got him in open across the middle of the field. That pass is complete. This time to Corey Jones, his first reception of the night.
Yeah, and then that's a great Corey Jones catch there. We've seen a lot of it over his career. A little bit more quiet than usual. Only got 546 receiving yards so far this season. But nonetheless, a great catch to get that first down to start off for Tulsa.
Tulsa come down a single back. Slot pair. Now handoff here to Sonzo. Sonzo's going to be stood up right at the line of scrimmage. No forward progress at all. And he's tackled in the backfield by Devin King. Brett, defense here for the San Diego Mavericks. We got Joe Duncan and Denzel Maverick as the defensive end. Mufasa Como and KT Slayer are the defensive tackles. Linebackers are Leon Thunderman, Stephon Ford, Pete Mitchell, Devin King, cornerbacks Ron Hoff and Kai Cash. And we'll get to the free safety and safety here in a minute. Man, that's a gang tackle there by the Mavericks on Sonzo Robinson. They're not allowing him to go anywhere.
Not at all. You saw Devin King once again, part of that just great young defense so far. I stated just before we started things off that this is a young defensive squad.
So out right to the top of the field. That is the Gabriel Manning. He's going to step out of bounds before crossing the first down line. We're going to be 4th and 3 now here for the Desperados. The safeties for the San Diego Mavericks, we have free safety Ray Lanero III and Zach Haldoff. Is the strong safety. And Tulsa's going to punt it away here to San Diego. There's the punt, and looks like they're going to run take the return. No fair catch there. That's dangerous by the return man, Killian.
Yeah, that's a little like I understand where he was going with that because he was trying to make the catch and try to run to the outside to see if he can get any space. But when you've got 4 special teams defenders coming down your throat, I mean, maybe the better play was just to go for the fair catch. This one resulted maybe in a net loss of a couple yards as well.
I totally agree with you. I am afraid of punt returns here in the SFL. I've seen too many fumbles happen. 3-3 nickel here now for the Desperados. They're going to blitz the outside backer. Ryan Owens comes away with that reception, picks up 4 yards.
Yeah, it's a nice out route that Vasquez saw right away from Ryan Owens. And when you see those out routes, you want to make sure that you basically have a pinpoint accurate throw to either give your receiver enough space or to have him tiptoe on the sideline to get that gain.
We'll get to the Desperados defense here in just a minute. This is the same formation that San Diego scored the touchdown on the last possession. And Vasquez step up in the pocket. That pass is going to be bounced around and completed to Ryan Owens.
It's interesting bobble that happened out of all that there. I believe it was intended for either Perdomo or Liam Hammer again, but this time Owens gets himself another catch out of this and a first down for San Diego.
The single back formation here. Ace flip. Hand off here to Wells, and Wells going to break that tackle. Shoulder charge another. And picks up 4 yards before being tackled and brought down by a host of Desperados. 95, Philadelphia, Collins on the tackle. This is Tulsa Desperados defense. You have defensive end of Chris Andrews, Berto DiMara. Defensive tackle is Jaden Swift. Linebackers are Miles Gibson, Carson Miller, Philadelphia Collins, we just mentioned. Cornerbacks, they have 3 of those. Nate Haslip, Julian Valerie, and Cameron Shaw. We'll get to that in just a minute. There's Wells again, almost picks up the first down, 3rd and inches. The safeties are Justin Reside, and Reside is facing his former SFL minor league coaches over there with the San Diego Mavericks. Daniel Wright and Ricky Thornton are your Tulsa Desperados defense. I'm going to go twins here to the left of Vasquez. Wells is to the left, calling the signal. And there's a handoff to Wells. He picks up the first down.
Yeah, just needed to push himself through. That's all it was at this point. And Wells got himself what San Diego needed was another first down. Just to go back a few plays, though, 2 straight times, Jalen Wells trucked through Daniel Wright like he was just a piece of cardboard. Just amazing strength from Wells.
Wow. They're going to go gun, split twins here. Look for the crossing route down to the bottom. No, they're going to dump it off to the halfback in the backfield. He's going to lose a yard there, partner.
Yeah, and that was just not great blocking from your receivers and just not enough speed from your tackles and guards trying to make that coverage there. A very easy pursuit from Carson Miller, who made that tackle.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say, let's show Carson Miller some love, because the last 2 plays, he came up with tackles on it. He's on a blitz here now. There's a catch across the middle of the field, and that is Optimus Klein.
Yeah, one of the premier tight ends in this league over the last several seasons at this point. Optimus Klein gets himself a nice sliding catch and a good 9 yards, which sets up a 3rd and short situation for San Diego, which is very favorable for them already.
Yeah, Optimus Klein, the 10-year veteran, played wide receiver, started his career off at tight end, and then moved to wide receiver with the Alaska Storm before they moved over to Florida. Here's another handoff here to Wells. Wells is going to be stood up, 4th and 1, nothing doing. And man, look who it is. It's Collins once again on the pursuit. Collins and Miller both come away with that gang tackle there on Wells.
Yeah, and both Miller and Philadelphia Collins have both been essentially the bright spots of this Tulsa defense, not only in this game, but all along the season so far to help stop offenses.
And there's the punt there by Alex Domian. And there's the return, nothing doing. Gabriel Manning stood up right at the 21-yard line as he caught that ball. No forward progress at all.
Yeah, now JQ, he's going to need to march this Tulsa team down to stop any more momentum for San Diego here. The last drive kind of stifled a little bit, kind of stopped after getting a nice first down, but this time they're going to have to make some noise.
They're going to go 3 wide receiver set here. Gabriel Manning looks towards the top there. 5-step drop here by Q. Q got a man open down to the bottom of the field. Breaks a tackle, crosses midfield out to the 43-yard line. And that is to wide receiver DJ Hume on that reception.
DJ Hume, way to moss your defenders there. Just an amazing jump and catch from Hume there to get himself just a great opportunity. A lot of credit to JQ as well for giving him enough opportunity to try to catch that ball as well. So a good connection between the two to get that first down.
I love the aggressiveness from Hume for jumping up and grabbing that ball out of the air. I love to see that aggressiveness from wide receivers. Here's Q. That what a dangerous pass that was, but it is a reception completed to Gabriel Manning.
Yeah, and Q got hit as he was thrown as well, so that makes it even tougher for him to get that ball out of the hands and into an accurate spot. Thankfully, a catch still happened there, and it's a 4-yard gain, which is still positive momentum. So Tulsa needs to carry this forward and march the rest of the way down the field.
Yep, 4 wide receivers set. Sonzo Robinson in the backfield, single back left, right. That is Sonzo right up the middle. Open daylight as he crosses the first down line down to the 29-yard line before being tackled by oh, I was looking for Sonzo's number. He's number 20. I was going to say number 20 with the tackle, but he's not on the opposing team. I think that was 28. Ray Lanero, the third, come away with that tackle.
Yeah, it looked to be the safeties trying to drop down and get to Sonzo as quickly as possible so you get no more gain, but nonetheless, a great first down run.
There's a tight end flex here. Out route towards the bottom. Corey Jones comes away with that reception. Tiptoes on the sideline. 2nd and 5 after that pickup.
And this has been a very, very positive drive so far for Tulsa here. It seems like every play that they're getting on this drive here has been for positives. So they just need to carry this forward. They're well within field goal range at this point. But I think the aggressive route is just to keep gunning it down their throats as much as possible with JQ.
You're absolutely right. And another thing they're doing, they're winning time of possession by staying on the field this long. The San Diego defense pretty much is going to get tired pretty soon here. And there's a swing pass to Robinson. Oh, what a shoulder charge. Rolls a guy over. Let me get the license plate on that number. That's 23, Ron Hoff. My goodness, he took a shoulder charge from Sonzo Robinson.
Now, we've seen a couple shoulder charges at this point, but that one was just plain old nasty. I don't think Ron Hoff was ready for that. I think he was just preparing to just wrap Sonzo down to get the tackle, but Sonzo was saying, no, I want my yards. And that's exactly what happened there.
Yeah, Sonzo's a big guy, 6'2", 225. There's another trips here to the left of JQ. 3-3 nickel defense. And oh, what a blitz by the San Diego Mavericks to come away with that yard for loss, the tackle for loss by Pete Mitchell. The outside linebacker.
Yeah, they're really wanting to focus on Sonzo now because he's starting to cook a little bit. So you kind of want to cool him off before he starts to get blazing hot at this point. Great pursuit from Mitchell, like you said.
Single back formation. JQ is going to audible here, Brett Killian. Calling the old Omaha.
Yeah, it looks like the corner's a little tight here.
Man coverage. Had a man open in the back of the end zone, but Q goes down. And this time it's by Joe Duncan, the 4-year veteran defensive end.
Yeah, and we've seen a lot of Joe Duncan this season. Here, that is his 8.5 sack for this season. So he's done a fantastic job all throughout the year pursuing quarterbacks.
We're going to go gun here. Empty. Looks like nobody's open, and down go Q again. Back-to-back sacks for the San Diego Mavericks defense. And look who it is, the defensive tackle, KT Slayer.
Yeah, and you want to get your defensive line going, especially when the offense of Tulsa is starting to cook like this. And 2 straight sacks will do it, and it pushes them way far back. So now they're going to have to settle for a field goal attempt here from what looks to be around 40 yards. So we're going to have to see the leg of JT Delaney here.
Absolutely, 4th and 21. You're right. It's going to be 38 yarder, pretty close there. Here is the snap. Are you going to snap it? There's a hole. The kick is up, and it's good for Delaney. Right down the middle there, 39-yarder.
And they're going to end the first quarter here. That's why they waited so long, just to end the first quarter with some positive momentum so that when the field flips for both sides, they have that momentum going forward for them. But nonetheless, just a solid kick from JT Delaney.
Yeah, but you're right. That's going to end the first quarter there. Hey, you're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. And we're going to keep it here. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategizes are being executed in real time by our simulation as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at www.simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Brett Killian, you've been around for a while. What's your experience with the SFL?
Well, I started off just basically looking for just looking for random football leagues at this point. I actually ended up Google searching this place, and that's where I got myself started, at least.
Oh, wow, awesome story there. I mean, the SFL is filled with stories, and Vasquez looked like he was receiving some pressure there, and he decided to let that one fly. And that reception was reeled in by Liam Hammer.
Yeah, and you can see over the last couple of weeks that Vasquez's composure and just his mentality has changed. And when he sees like a defensive line approaching him, he's not really too phased about it anymore, as opposed to say the first couple weeks of the season.
Split back here. They're going to hand off here to Wells, and Wells is hitting the backfield. Tackled and brought down by Carson Miller. I'm starting to like this guy.
Yeah, Carson Miller is making a huge impact on this Tulsa defense, and especially stifling Jalen Wells throughout this first quarter in a minute here. So great job from Carson Miller. Like, I'm starting to become a fan of him too.
Here's that empty tray open once again here for San Diego. Deep post down the middle. Tipped away. Not this time, says number 22, Ricky Thornton.
Yeah, and Liam Hammer wanting that deep pass, especially on a risky third down throw from Vasquez. Again, that composure and his willingness to throw that deep ball is there now. But this time with two defenders essentially right at Hammer's face. It gets a little bit of deflection, almost interception, and now San Diego's got a quick 3 and out of this.
Yeah, you're right. You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to say that. Kudos to Tulsa for basically forcing a quick 3 and out from San Diego, not allowing them to get any type of first down or momentum going on that drive. Gabriel Manning tries a spin move there, but man, he's hit hard by one of the number 75, Milton Crenshaw.
Yeah, and you said it earlier in the first quarter there. It looked like Tulsa was trying to take care of the possession game there, and we saw a lot of time consumed from the Desperados offense. So we might be seeing the same here on this drive.
3-4 defense. There's Q crossing into the field, got his tight end, and man, my goodness, what a dart out to the 28-yard line of San Diego now. Magnificent catch by Jason France.
Yeah, that's a big catch from Jason France, who's been relatively quiet throughout the season here, only with 349 yards compared to other tight ends here. But this big catch here will definitely get Tulsa going here. Again, they're basically back into field goal range just off one play here. So they might be looking for a quick fire kind of drive on this route.
Single back slot pair. Here's the formation for the offense. 4-3 is the defense. Nice move there by Sonzo Robinson to find that open hole before being tackled and brought down by 28, Ray Lanier III.
Yeah, and Sonzo is getting what he wants to get at this point, which is nice 4, 5, 6 yard runs that kind of sets the momentum for the Tulsa offense, which it hasn't been there all season for them, unfortunately. But this game, so far, so good.
4-3 defense, shotgun formation here, twins to the left of JQ. Q got an out route down to the bottom of the field. That is Gabriel Manning, first down Tulsa.
It's just a quick out route fire pass from JQ to Manning there, just to get that first down and keep the chains moving. A great catch on the sidelines from Manning to keep his body intact as well, because it looked like he was slipping a little bit.
JQ still in the shotgun. Ace twins here. 3-4 is the defense, and that is going to be out to Sonzo Robinson in the flank. He's going to pick up 3 yards, partner. Down to San Diego's 15-yard line now.
Yeah, that was absolutely no guessing where Q was going to throw that. He got the football and quickly threw it to Robinson, and just to say, see what you can get out of this, and he got 3 yards out of it.
3 wide receivers set here. 2-step drop by Q. Oh, nice pass right across the middle, and it's touchdown to none other than Stephen McMichael. He just crossed Hollywood Boulevard on that pass and catch.
And
Some JG.
Stephen McMichael's basic. I would think on those progressions, he's probably the fourth or fifth option out of those receivers. But you got to remember, he's got some decent hands for a fullback. So once he has enough space, he's going to catch that and run to the end zone. So a fantastic play from JQ to find the open McMichaels and get 6 to take the lead.
You know, it's funny that you say that he has nice hands. I'm going to share a story here with you about Stephen McMichaels. Um, we drafted Michaels in the season 15 draft, and when I was speaking with him about the build of his player, he's like, I want to be able to catch. He said because in the minors, a lot of people laughed at me when my player would drop the ball. So if we can target towards my catch, I would love that. And that just goes to show when you progress here in the SFL, you're able to make catches. And Stephen McMichael came away with that touchdown. And that season 15 with Houston, he did have one passing touchdown reception coming out of the backfield. And here is Liam. So not Liam, this is Ryan Owens on the return, and he's going to take it out to the 22-yard line. So Tulsa jumps up top by 3 points here, Brett.
Yeah, that's a big 7 as well, because Tulsa, I think for the first time in a very long time for them, has the lead. So now the question is, what are they going to do to sustain that lead?
Yeah, they come out in a 4-3 base defense here. The linebackers are moving all over the place. Handoff here to Wells. Wells got a big hole, and Wells going to pick up 8-9, or they're going to give him forward progress on that as he's hit forward by the defensive players, and he gets up celebrating.
Yeah, and Jalen Wells has got to be happy with himself so far in this first half. He's been getting a lot of great looks, both on the pass and on the ground. So another big 9-yard gain here sets up a second and very manageable for Vasquez and company.
Here is Vasquez underneath the center. Another handoff here to Wells, coming down towards the bottom of the field here. Shoulder charges himself. Knocks over a man, and he picks up a yard afterwards. Ricky Thornton got the beating on that one.
I was just going to say, Ricky Thornton kind of got a taste of Jalen Wells' forearm on that one. But yeah, Jalen Wells once again doing a great job reading the defense first off, because I don't think that plan was to go on a stretch run far to the right side. So it's a great look from Jalen Wells to continue his forward progression to get that first down and then some.
I absolutely agree with you. And they're going to go empty formation here. 4 wide receivers and 2 tight ends on the line of scrimmage here. One of the tight ends is going to go out on a pass, and that is Lim Hammer up to the top on an out route, picks up 6 yards.
Yeah, and SFL, the one thing's for sure when you look at the SFL, out routes are going to be a common thing to see on every first down, it seems. And this time, a great catch that gives himself a little bit of space on the sidelines too, which had potential for even a bigger gain there. So 6 yards, good gain on a first down.
Single back ace pair here. Handoff hits to Wells up the middle and nowhere to go. Right at the line of scrimmage, he is met and hit hard by number 58, Miles Gibson.
Yeah, it was a big swarm this time from the Tulsa linebacking core. You saw, I believe, 2 pursued right away, 1 on each side. And this time Gibson gets to Wells pretty much right away to only give him a 1-yard gain.
3rd and 3 here now for San Diego at their own 42, and nowhere to go for Wells, and it is a tackle for loss for this for this Tulsa defense. Chris Andrews, the defensive end, come up with that big tackle there.
Yeah, this time the defensive line gets a little bit ahead of the offensive line on here. Chris Andrews getting past his contemporary player pretty much right away and gets to Jalen Wells as quickly as possible to get that 3-yard loss.
Here's going to be a punt here by San Diego. Gabriel Manning is going to have room to run here, and he breaks a tackle. Open daylight, down.
Look at that. Wow. Just great awareness from Gabriel Manning, seeing that he had space onto his left, and he manages to have the strength as well to kind of shed off a couple tacklers as well. One thing you have to know about Gabriel Manning is that he's just a dangerous player overall, both in special teams as well as on the offense. We've seen it a few times in this game, so he's just dangerous all around.
Absolutely, I have to agree with you. on that one there. Here's a trips here to JQ in the shotgun formation. Gabriel Manning sits atop the trips. Two-step drop, out route to the top, and that is going to be a reception. Can't see who the receiver is. Okay, that is, excuse me, the backup wide receiver. That is Terrence Cooley.
Yeah, I believe we've seen Cooley a time or two already. I believe this is his second catch of this game, so he's definitely getting involved. JQ throwing the ball around, kind of sharing the wealth to his receivers here.
7-step drop here by JQ, and he's going to throw right across the middle of the field, picks up that first down there. Normally when you see a quarterback takes a 7-step drop, he's about to go deep, but instead he dumps it off to Corey Jones right across the middle.
Yeah, when you see like you said, when you see the 7-step drop, he's probably looking to air that ball 20+ yards at least out of that. But this time he goes with the short in route from looked to be DJ Hume, if I'm not mistaken, on that catch.
Here once again, oh, nice throw off his back foot, sliding to the right as well, throwing across the body to Jason France. Nice throw there by JQ.
Yeah, there's a little bit of pursuit on his left here, so he just moved a little bit to his right and gave himself enough time to kind of throw on his back foot and finds an open Jason France for a nice 6-yard gain and sets up a 2nd and medium situation here.
2nd and 4 here at San Diego's 38. I mean, they're taking so much time off the clock. They're just moving the ball down the field gradually. Nice dart across the field. Corey Jones breaks a tackle down to the 12-yard line of San Diego now.
I mean, Corey Jones was just wide open on that throw. Like, JQ could have spent an extra second in there and still would have found Corey Jones. Like, look how open he is. The closest guy is Ref 43 on that. Just an amazing look from Corey Jones, and gets himself a spin move out of that too, and he had to have 2 tacklers drag him down. Just everything's going right on this Tulsa offense so far in this first half.
Yeah, they're 1st and 10 here now at San Diego's 12-yard line. 3 minutes and 37 seconds left on the clock. Sonzo Robinson in the backfield, single back. Another 7-step drop here by JQ. Dumps it off, going across the middle. And it is Corey Jones again on that reception. 5 for 5 for Corey Jones on the day.
Yeah, and credit JQ to just be patient in the pocket and not rush any throws on this play here, because his receivers deeper down the field were pretty much covered pretty well by that San Diego safety core especially. So a good look from JQ there.
Shotgun formation, 3 wide receiver set here. Looks like doubles. And there's a touchdown reception for Gabriel Manning. Nice catch, there by Manning, but a beautiful throw by JQ.
Yeah, and again, it was just being a little bit more patient. He saw the pressure coming, especially from the interior linemen just trying to push through, and he just manages to throw a nice dart to dangerous Gabriel Manning. I like to call him in my locker room, at least, because whenever we play against each other, we're always trying to fight to see who gets more yards in the game. But nonetheless, another score for Tulsa, and they've got all the momentum right now.
Yeah, Tulsa is rolling with all the momentum, as you just stated, partner. There's the extra point attempt, and it is up and it's good. What's that? 17 unanswered points for Tulsa?
That's exactly it. San Diego started with that quick strike on their first drive, and they haven't scored since.
Are you a next level SFL fan? Visit the SFL League website at simulationfl.net for info on how to create a player and to join our community. Check out league leaders. We've got stats from all 17 seasons of the SFL, action and track games, season and career numbers of all players. And overtime. All players over time who have gone from couch to field. The Simulation Football League, 17 seasons strong, Brett Kelly.
I've already been here for 9 of them. It's been crazy.
Man, think about the old days when we was on Twitch in the beginning. Man, you barely could see what was going on the field. Here is Wales, and Wales going to get a first down there. The commissioner may get me on that one.
I was
But
just
he'll
gonna say
say,
we were rocking 360p at one point. Now we're at
yeah,
1080p, 70 FPS.
absolutely. I was just gonna say that. Yeah, we was rocking that lower, that lower number of IP there. I mean, yeah. What was it? 360p? Yeah, that
Yeah, it's
was
a
man.
360 or 240p. I can't remember at this point.
It was horrible. Here is San Diego. Have to pick up that first down there. 1st and 10 now. Hand off it to Wells again, and
Oh,
Wells going to be hit in the backfield for a 1-yard loss. I think it was really 2. And that on that tackle there is Miles Gibson and Philadelphia Collins, the 2 linebackers out of this 3 linebacker core here for Tulsa.
yeah, and these linebackers have been effective for Tulsa in this first half.
That is a 2-minute warning. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APEM Music. The SFL's 17th postseason gets underway on Next Level Sports on For the Fans Saturday, October 16th and Sunday, October the 17th with wild card round matchups. Get to that ad read here in just a moment. Here's a 3-step drop here by Vasquez. Got a man open to the top of the field, and that is going to be Ryan Owens with that reception. 3rd and 7 now.
A nice out route catch again, and this time you get to Ryan Owens, and nice reliable option on that out route to get that catch and a positive gain, which sets up a long end of the medium situation, if that makes any sense.
They're going to go gun empty. Gun tray empty, that is, here again. Look for the post by the guy to the top of the trips. No, this time he stays in. That is overthrown, man. Vasquez was hit as he was throwing that ball. Incomplete. 4th and 7 now for San Diego.
Yeah, he added a little bit more juice onto that throw as he was basically getting speared out of his spine there. It looked like just a great pursuit from the Tulsa secondary line. And now San Diego once again has to punt this ball away to a Tulsa offense that's been red hot.
I'm going to finish my playoffs and SFL ad read here. For the newest SFL participants, the SFL's minor league, SFL kicks off its 4th season Friday, October the 15th, with SFL YouTube channel is home to all the minor league action at youtube.com/simulationfl. To get on the field and into the action, visit simulationfl.net to create a player today. First and 10 here for the Tulsa Desperado. They have 17 unanswered points on the board after San Diego with that big pass in the first quarter there. And there's Sons of Robinson, and Robinson's going to pick up 1 yard. That big pass that was to Liam Hammer that actually put San Diego on the board in the beginning of the first quarter.
Yeah, and it was a straight it was a post route, I should say, right down to the middle of the field that got Hammer open there. So they're going to try to match that magic that they got on that first drive to get the ball back.
AQ under pressure, and he goes down. They're going to call it an incomplete pass as he was releasing the ball as he was being hit.
Yeah, it just looked like he just barely got that ball out of his hands as he was going down. Though that's one of those 50-50 calls. I would have called that a sack myself, but then again, I like stat padding for the defensive line.
5 wide receiver set here for Tulsa. Looks like the same formation that San Diego was in on their last possession. Corner pose. That pass is completed. No, they're going to say incomplete.
Wow.
Corey Jones, and he just morphed underneath the field.
Yeah, he must have found a dead patch in the field there to kind of dip his feet in a little bit. And now we've got a mini me on the sidelines.
That's the turf here in San Diego. You better watch yourself. But if you ask me, I think that pass was completed by Corey Jones on the sideline there.
That's a tough, like, every sideline catch is always tough to watch, especially when you're up here in the booth, because you have a different perspective of things. And again, I think that's a 50-50 call. It's all dependent on what the referee saw at that point.
Yep, you're right. And Tulsa couldn't challenge because we're under the 2-minute warning. We're in the 2-minute warning here before the half. 5 seconds left on the clock for San Diego, and they have enough time on the clock to run a Hail Mary here.
And they have enough yardage, too. I think Vasquez has the arm to get to the end zone.
And Vasquez is going to go down. That's going to be a sack in the record book. Couldn't see the number of the player there. 1 second left on the clock. I thought the time ran out.
Nah, they just called timeout right at the exact moment there. So now San Diego has one more chance probably to do the same play here. We're probably going to see a Hail Mary out of this. They might maybe try to flip the side of the field this time, maybe go on the left. Nope, they're going right.
Pretty shocking here to see the defense come up and play kind of tight and not play back. And there's pressure, and Vasquez goes down again. This time it's by Jaden Swift. Comes away with that sack.
Yeah, and that's 2 sacks there. Just you needed more blocking from your offensive line to give Vasquez enough time to throw that Hail Mary. Just 2 unsuccessful plays there.
Jaden Swift, that gives him his 7th sack on the season. Make that 7.5. Everybody, you're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. Here's a look at our halftime show, and here's the team comparisons. Brett, what are your takes so far? Are you getting what you expected coming to this game from either one of these teams?
To be honest with you, I was kind of expecting kind of the flip situation here. I thought San Diego was going to have a lot of momentum carrying forward here just because of Tulsa's offensive woes over the last couple weeks here. But Tulsa's proven me wrong. They've done a great job. They've stayed red hot offensively. They have dominated time possession essentially, and have given themselves enough opportunity to score as many points as possible. As you can see here, they've got 17 points, which is almost just as many points as they've had in the last 3 weeks. So it's been a great job going for the Tulsa offense, whereas defensively, they're stopping San Diego when they need to. Take away that starting drive for San Diego, and Tulsa's been pretty much perfect defensively. So this has been a surprise to me so far from Tulsa.
Yeah, I must say that I'm on the same track as you. I was expecting San Diego to come in here and basically pitch the ball all around the yard. And Tulsa's defense has been looking pretty good here in the first 2 quarters there, not really allowing San Diego to get a momentum going. But after that big touchdown pass to Ryan Owens, after that, we pretty much haven't seen much from San Diego. And Tulsa has been all gas, no brakes.
Yeah, I think the big thing going right now for Tulsa is that they're forcing San Diego to a lot of quick 3-and-outs.
Here's Gabriel Manning, one of the dangerous return guys in the SFL. He's going to get out to the 29-yard line.
Decent momentum to start things off for Tulsa, getting the ball back here. And let's see if they can pick up where they left off on this first half.
Visit the SFL's YouTube channel at youtube.com/SimulationFL for an archive of every week, every draft, every moment you might have missed. Since the Simulation Football League got its start in 2013, SFL YouTube features top 10 plays. Here's Sonzo Robinson, breaks a few tackles before picking up the first down. We're actually going to be stopped at the 38, 1-yard shy.
That was a very beast-like run from Sonzo Robinson just to inch himself forward. He's dragging a couple defenders to him. Oh, I don't know if I like that ball placement there. I would have gotten a little bit closer, maybe make it a 2nd and inches, but nonetheless, it's still a 2nd and 1 for Tulsa.
Here's JQ, handoff here to Sonzo. Sonzo's going to fall forward past the first down line.
It's just big bruising run from Sonzo again. This time just getting what he wanted, getting what the team needed, and that's another first down. A big first down for Tulsa here.
As I was stating on the ad read, SFL YouTube features top 10 plays of the week, archive people behind the players, segments, and all the major milestones in league history. Make sure you check that out. YouTube.com/SimulationFL. Here is JQ. Got a dart across the middle of the field. That pass is going to complete for a first down. And that is to Hume on that reception.
Yeah, we've seen some big catches from DJ Hume so far through this first half and now into this third quarter with a nice in curl route it looked to be, and just planted his feet, waited for Key to throw the ball at him, and he caught it and got that first down.
3 wide receivers set here. Looks like a weak I formation. 5-step drop here by JQ. Out route down to the bottom of the field. And that is to Stephen McMichaels. He coming away with his second reception. The first one was a touchdown.
Yeah, and he's very much getting involved in this game here, where we've seen not a lot from him this season. It looks like on the I'm looking at the stats truck here, and it doesn't look like they don't have any stats for Stephen McMichaels up to this point. So this might be his first touches of the season.
Single back formation. Handoff here to Sanzo. Sanzo's going to be hit right at the line of scrimmage. And that is going to be a tackle in the books for Leon Thunderman.
You know what? Leon Thunderman, right now, he's got my bid for at least Defensive Rookie of the Year at this point, because he's been very effective for the San Diego defense, and has kind of been leading the way, especially in the linebacking core overall. So another great tackle there from Thunderman.
The twins to the right of JQ. Picked off. Whoa. Oh, no, he dropped it. How could you do that, Zach?
Yeah, it's interesting, Zach. You had an interception last week, but this week, this one kind of fumbles out of your hands here. I know you're looking for number 8 and try to climb yourself up the leaderboard in interceptions for the season, but you got to catch that, man. That's a prime opportunity to get San Diego back in this game.
It sure would have been a nice interception for San Diego. With more for the player, though, to put in his stat sheet. Well, the regular. Oh man, what a bone on the head play was that? Because if there were any type of, well, I'm sorry, I thought he was the return guy. My bad. Tulsa was kicking off to San Diego. I was like, what is he doing? Why is he even near the ball?
You're mixing up your jerseys.
Split back formation here for San Diego. 4-3 is the base defense for Tulsa. Looks like they're going to bring pressure. They're going to back off. Sidearm throw out to the tight end of Optimus Klein. He's going to get that reception there. Picks up 7 yards.
And I think that's the good decision to go. If you want to get your momentum back, you go with your wily veterans, the guys you can trust. And Optimus Klein kind of starts this drive off with a nice 6-yard gain, a nice catch as well to maintain possession as well. So a good start for the San Diego offense on this drive.
2nd and 3 here now for San Diego. Strong I formation. Handoff here to Wells. Pressure by Tulsa. But Wells does pick up the first down before he being tackled forward by Miles Gibson.
Very, very nice job by the offensive line just to push enough to give Jalen Wells that stretch run to the right side to get that first down and get a couple yards more on that to move the chains.
Stephen McMichaels in the chats does states that he did have a touchdown a few games ago. And there's another sidearm throw there by Vasquez. And that is Ryan Owens on the reception.
It's a nice catch by Owens there. I gotta apologize to McMichaels on that one. I'm looking at my stat sheet here, and they've got blanks under your name. So I'm gonna have to talk to head to stats here and see if I can get that fixed for you.
Yeah, Steven, I do remember the touchdown you had with Houston. Here is a 5-step drop here by Q. Oh, nice dump off to Wells, and Wells picks up the first down.
Good pressure from the Tulsa defense there. You can see 96 was pretty much ready to sack Vasquez there. It's Berto Demora on that, but dumps it off to Wells, gets himself another first down, and San Diego's moving the chains quite well on this drive.
First and 10, San Diego's going to go shotgun formation, 4 wide receiver set. No tight end on the line. Two-step drop here by Vasquez. Sidearm throw to Wells, and Wells, oh, he takes a shot. Oh, what a hit. I'm surprised he even jumped up after that. Julian Valier.
Yeah, that would give my spine a little bit of a shake too after I've got knocked to the ground. I don't know if I would have gotten up so quickly. That just shows how tough Jalen Wells is as well. But still, a 2-yard gain is still positive gain for San Diego.
Offset, all right. There's a pass across the middle of the field. That pass is going to be completed. And this is Liam Hammer come away with that nice reception going across the middle. I mean, there was a lot of guys there, and he basically grabbed it and protected the ball right away.
Yeah, and that's the safe option to do when you're a wide receiver because, 3 defenders, essentially. You got 1 linebacker and 2 safeties essentially pursuing you as the ball was getting thrown. So the first thing on your mind is just to catch that ball and just keep possession of it, just like hold it in your chest as much as you can as you're getting tackled at that point.
Oh, there's going to be a false start there. Encroachment by the defense, and San Diego's going to get 5 yards if that play was blown up.
Yeah, and they're going to get a free, like you said, a free 5 yards there. And even though that the Tulsa defense basically stymied Jalen Wells on that run attempt there, Demora just jumped like a half second off there, which was all the difference.
That's going to give San Diego 1st and 10. I'm sorry, 1st and 5 at Tulsa's 30-yard line. This is going to be a strong eye jokers here. 5-step drive. Vasquez. Throw that pass is deflected away by the defense of Tulsa. Intended for Liam Hammer.
It's a very nice last-second kind of dive almost attempt to swat that ball away from Cameron Shaw, who is one of the 3 cornerbacks that is the focus point of Tulsa's defense. Great job to kind of prevent that first down as well.
Yeah, 2nd and 5 here for San Diego now. Single back formation. 2 tight ends to the top of the field. Handoff here to Wells going in that direction, and Wells is going to pick up a few yards, or 2 to be exact, before being brought down at the 27.
Yeah, and Ricky Thornton essentially getting right to the spot as he saw Jalen Wells getting a great distance and a kind of almost a clear room for a touchdown almost, but he decides to flatten him down and stop him behind the first down line.
And off here to Wells, great blocking by the O-line, and no, my goodness, this defense of Tulsa came to play. Miles Gibson with that tackle right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's another 3rd down run here from San Diego. And they're kind of trying to rely on Jalen Wells to get those first downs, which he has a few times at this point. But when you're this close to the end zone, you might want to mix it up a little bit here at this point. Nonetheless, like you said, there was a little bit of space for Wells to work with, but Miles Gibson gets to Jalen Wells and stops him behind the line.
This is going to be a 44-yard field goal attempt. Bobbled snap. The kick is up. Looks like it's going to be good. No! Wide left. They're going to call it. Kevin DuPont.
Yeah, that wasn't a clean kick. It looked like that ball was kind of fumbling a little bit there, so maybe that caused the ball to go a little bit to the left. And like you said, it looked good for a little while there, but it just veered off a little bit. And now Tulsa has decent field position after that missed field goal.
Yeah, because I thought I saw the shadow of the ball right down, inside of the hash mark. Normally, that's a sign if it's going to be good. And there's a pass to the tight end. He picks up 6 yards on that reception. Jason France.
And it looks like Tulsa's trying to do the same thing that's gotten them this far in this game, which is just try to dominate possession here. A nice 6-yard out route pass to Jason France. Might have got pushed out of bounds, but the clock is still going to tick since he got out of bounds before he got tackled. So Tulsa looking to shed some more clock here.
I must say, these 2 quarterbacks are doing a great job at protecting the ball. Here's a 7-step drop here by Q. Oh, nice pass across the middle to the tight end, France.
Yeah, and that's JQ saying to Jason France, I'm going to throw it to this spot, and you better get to that spot. And Jason France did exactly that. This time he was on the left side of the line, and he decides to go with an in route and push himself open as he had slightly slower linebacking defenders on him, which gave him enough time to get that catch and that first down.
Look at Sonzo Robinson there. Shotgun formation. High snap. Q dumps it off to Robinson. Robinson's going to pick up 6 yards. 8 yards, that is. 2nd and 2 now for Tulsa as they're moving the ball graciously down the field, Brett Gillian.
Yeah, and again, it's all about shedding that clock right now because they have a comfortable 2-possession lead at this point, and they're not risking any possible turnover from this as well. They're going with the safe plays that shed the clock, short gains, and they're getting first downs. That's the big thing.
San Diego shows blitz, and they do bring it. Sonzo still picks up the first down.
It's a nice job by the offensive line to just push ahead just enough and give Sonzo just enough space to kind of squirm his way through the first down line and give Tulsa's offense another set of downs to work with.
1st and 10 at San Diego's 34. 7-step drop here by JQ. Dumps off across the middle. Incomplete, intended for Corey Jones. And that's going to be the first incompletion thrown his direction.
Yeah, and it's been smooth sailing so far for JQ, especially in the passing game here. I believe he'd be close to 80% passing, if not more. So it's been very smooth sailing, but just this time he might have overthrown Corey Jones a little bit there, which caused the incompletion.
Gabriel Manning in the slot. Sonzo Robinson in the backfield. Single back, slot pair. Handoff here to Robinson up the middle. Oh, he gets skinny. Breaks a few tackles and down to the 27. 3rd and 3 now for Tulsa.
I was just going to say he was getting skinny as well, and he makes 225 make me look a little bit slimmer, and I weigh less than him. So a great job from Sonzo to get himself more yards, which it only looked like a 3-yard gain, and he turned that into 7.
Bounce it off to Sonzo. Sonzo goes heads up with the defender. And that is going to be 4th and inches. Nice tackle there by Pete Mitchell. Nice pursuit, should we say, as well.
Yeah, and Mitchell did a great job to notice where Sonzo was heading. And it looks like Tulsa's challenging the spot here.
This could be something special here. Let's see what's going to happen.
This is very much a make or break decision from Tulsa because Sonzo was pretty close. You gotta look at where that ball was heading at this point. That first down marker does not help us at all in terms of the camera. So
no, it doesn't.
I don't know what this decision's gonna be at this point. R62, what's the call?
After review, the call on the field is
Overturned. Wow.
Wow.
It goes in Tulsa's favor. So Tulsa will not be charged a timeout. That is their first challenge of the game. And Brett, if they do another challenge and they win that one, they will receive an extra challenge if the game goes further on into overtime or so. Or actually, it doesn't even have to go into overtime. They will receive an extra challenge if they win the next one.
That's exactly right there.
Here is Twins to the top. That is going to be France once again. And, man, he has been an absolutely great possession receiver, should I say, in this game for JQ. Open when he needed him to be and able to pick up yardage as well.
Well, it seems like JQ is looking for Jason France first, especially in this drive, because that's his 3rd catch of this drive alone. And it has been big yardage and big forward progression for Tulsa.
They're like man-to-man coverage here by the defense. Dumps off to Sonzo. Oh, my goodness. Shrugs a guy off of him. And then he takes a blow before picking up a few yards.
But the big thing here is that Sonzo took that big blow going forward. So instead of losing a yard or two there, he basically gets to the line of scrimmage. So good awareness from Sonzo just to get back to the line.
3 wide receiver set here for Tulsa. JQ underneath the center. Handoff here to Sonzo Robinson. Robinson sweeping towards the top. He almost gets the first down. 4th and inches. Would they challenge this one? He looks a little shaky there.
Yeah, I was just going to say, are they going to challenge this one too? Because that is very, very close. But it looks like the field goal unit is out. They're not going to challenge the play, and they're going to look to score 3 here from what looks to be around 30 yards.
Yeah, right at 31 should be. There's the snap, perfect hold. The kick is up, and it is good. 31 yards right down the pike for the kicker for Tulsa. Is it Delaney, right? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, JT Delaney.
Delaney with that field goal kick there. But Tulsa's up now by 13.
Yes. And once again, to end the quarter, they ended with a field goal, too.
Absolutely. Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6, the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and the SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotion. Sector 6 features replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more. Get the gear that the fans wear with Sector 6, 97 Sports Promotions, and the SFL. Here is the return here by Ryan Owens, and Ryan Owens is tackled right at the 26-yard line. Sosa played that special teams very good there. And we get to see San Diego come out here. Do we see San Diego try to get more aggressive as we're at the top of the fourth quarter here now, Brett? Should we see Tulsa get more aggressive in targeting the ball downfield like we did in the first quarter? Or should we see them just probably just gradually move down the field to try to burn some clock and get back into this game? There's an out route to the top of the field. Liam Hammer got that reception and picks up the first down out to the 37-yard line of San Diego. 1st and 10 for the Mavericks.
I was waiting until that play transpired there because I didn't want to interrupt your beauty when it comes to play calling the play. But I think San Diego needs to be more aggressive here. They need to start looking a little bit more deep there. Vasquez, he's got nerves of steel at this point. So let's rely on his deep passes here. So it's going to be a big job from the offensive line to keep him protected in the pocket.
They go empty formation here. Everyone is on short routes there, and there's a pass across the middle. I want to say that is to Wells. It is to Jalen Wells on that reception. Picks up 3 yards.
Yeah, and the only problem with the short routes and just kind of shedding clock off to give Tulsa no chance if they get back in this game and maybe take the lead is that if it fails one drive, then your odds become slower and smaller and smaller. So I think they need to go deep first.
Here's Vasquez on a 5-step route across the middle. How did he fit that one through there? 2 defenders. Liam Hammer with the reception.
Yeah, I honestly think that went through the arm of Philadelphia Collins a little bit here. That was a very, very close pass, and Liam Hammer still manages to have that ball and get that positive gain. But here it is, a 3rd and 2 situation that been kind of off and on with the 3rd down conversion so far in this game. We're going to have to see how this fares out.
Single back formation. Will they run it? And they do. Give it to Jalen Wells, and nowhere to go is Wells as he tackled for a 2-yard loss. And on that tackle is the strong safety, Ricky Thornton.
And Ricky Thornton getting pretty close, if not already at 100 tackles for the season. And you see only a couple safeties in the SFL per season that get 100 tackles. So this is a big milestone for Ricky Thornton to get to that 100 mark.
There's a snap. The punt is up. And here's Manning. Manning got daylight. Spin move. I think he should have stayed towards the outside. It's the Tulsa 32-yard line.
He could have spun outside as well. That's a couple decisions that Manning would have made. But still, he inched his way a little bit closer so that Tulsa would have better field position. And if I'm Tulsa, it's time to put the final nail in the coffin here. Try to go for that long and calculating drive that they've been doing so well in this game.
Absolutely. 3-4 is the defense. Hand off here to Robinson. Robinson right up the middle. He's going to pick up 3 yards.
And you know what? They're not gonna shrug 3 yards and think of it as a negative on this one. If they can just keep getting first downs, which they've done really well all game, they're going to be fine with that because it's going to take off more clock and it's going to give them more possession and give San Diego less of a chance to get back in this game.
28-7, the Tulsa Desperados up top on the San Diego Mavericks, and that is Sonzo Robinson with another carry, and he's milking the clock with that run there. 3rd and 2 now for the Desperados.
That's another 5-6 yards there for Sonzo, and it sets up a nice 3rd and short situation where they could go run again. They've been pretty successful up to this point, and yet they're bunching up their tight ends close together, so it could be another run.
The defense come out in 4-3 base. Handoff hits Robinson. There's a big hole. And my goodness, he took a shot. He paid for that first down.
Yeah, I mean, Ray Lenerl was the man to lay the proverbial hammer on Sonzo Robinson there. Nonetheless, though, Tulsa gets another first down, and the clock keeps on ticking.
Good thing this isn't the NCAA, or Lenerl would have been ejected for targeting on that play. And there's a Manning with a one-handed catch. Spin moved out to the 39-yard line of San Diego.
Yeah, and if you want a quick shot option, Gabriel Manning is your man, if I can say that. Just a nice yeah, he just basically curled himself out to basically get to the pinpoint himself. Thankfully for JQ, even though it was kind of overthrown a little bit, there was still enough space for Manning to catch that pass. And now in enemy territory, Tulsa's got all the momentum here.
3 wide receiver set. They're going to go weak eye spread here. Handoff here to Robinson. Robinson picks up. No, they're not going to give him a yard. I think he did pick up a yard, but they're not going to give it to him. 54 yards on 16 carries on the day for Sonzo Robinson.
Yeah, and honestly, those 54 yards feel like 504 yards because they have been so big for Tulsa. Like, there's been a lot of first down runs, but he's also been great two-way as well, grabbing a lot of great flat receptions and getting that positive gains for Tulsa as well.
2nd and 10 here for the Desperados. JQ on a 2-step drop, dumping off to Robinson, picks up 1 yard.
Yeah, and this is what San Diego needs to do here. They need to basically stop Tulsa in their tracks, try to get as much time in their favor to basically score 2 touchdowns, because that's essentially what they're down by. So this 3rd down is going to be huge for San Diego to make a stop.
Yeah, they come out in 4 wide receiver set. Looks like the defense is in a regular dime setting. And got a man open, and he's going to not get the first down. 4th and inches. It was DJ Hume on that reception there, just coming up inches short.
Yeah, now this is decision time for Tulsa. This is going to be a 46, 47-yard field goal. And it looks like they're going to go for the 3 here, maybe to try to seal things off as we're getting to 5 and some change left here. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, this is going to be a 46-yard attempt, as you stated, partner. There's the snap, the hold down, and it looks good. Let's see, right down the middle, and Tulsa's going to go up by 16 now.
Yeah, and that's a big kick as well. Delaney had a couple yards of extra juice on that as well, so he could have kicked a 52-yarder, I think, and it would have been fine. But that's huge because now it's more than 2 touchdowns. They're gonna have to need San Diego's gonna need 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions out of this just to tie this game now.
APM Music is unraveled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. Here is San Diego at their own 28-yard line. Vasquez takes a 5-step drop. That pass is bobbled and tipped up in the air. That could have been dangerous for the Mavericks.
So it's a rare bobble from Jalen Wells as well. He's been so good securing the football. And this time it just kind of bobbles out of his hands, knocks it off his back, and it kind of sends it way incomplete. I don't think anyone was going to try to catch that for interceptions. It was way too far away from the nearest defender.
Here is San Diego's 2nd and 10. Trips to the right of Vasquez. Looks like Tulsa's going to bring a blitz right up the middle. And they do, and his handoff to Wales, and Wales is nowhere to go. Tackled by a host of desperados. Man, they had their guns drawn on that play.
Yeah, just an absolute swarm from the Tulsa defense to stop Wells on his tracks right away, basically just getting right to the line. If I'm San Diego, gotta rely on Vasquez at this point. Throw it deep.
Absolutely. 5 minutes left, right exactly in the quarter here. Here's Vasquez, 5-step drop, big arm downfield. Oh, that was almost intercepted by Shaw.
Yeah, Cameron Shaw, it seems like he had my microphone in his ears kind of thing, and he knew that Vasquez was looking to throw it deep, and he managed to stay with his defender, and it's a quick fourth down opportunity for San Diego here, and they got 5 receivers here.
5 wide receiver set, as you stated. Their defense is in a regular dime set. Watch for the post. Corner post that is wide open, and it's Ryan Owens.
That's a big catch to save the game there for San Diego. They need to continue getting those kind of catches, and they need to start getting way more aggressive than they have at this point. Yeah, just a nice little corner to the sidelines for Ryan Owens. Gets himself enough space to grab that catch and gets himself a nice first down, basically halfway down the field.
Probably the most important part of that play is at the finish of it, is that Owens gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
That's exactly right.
4 minutes and 47 seconds left on the ticker. 3 wide receivers set here. Vasquez calling the signal in the shotgun. Has Wells to his right. There's the snap. 3-step drop. Side on throw. That pass is almost intercepted by the Desperados. Man, did he throw that in traffic.
Yeah, that was about 3 defenders there in the way of Liam Hammer there. Daniel Wright will be the one that claims the pass deflection. But you'll see as the throw happens, you've got 2 diving, you've got one diving, you got 2 others basically in pursuit of the receiver just in case if he catches it. But nonetheless, incomplete pass, and it's another 2nd and 10 for San Diego.
They're going to come out and split back spread out of the gun formation. Vasquez calling the signal. 2-step drop, and Tulsa brings pressure. That pass is intercepted deep at the 20, and that is Ricky Thornton with that INT.
That's a big interception there. San Diego looked to have another complete pass happening, and it was to Optimus Klein. And you had 25, which is Valier, right there to deflect the pass. And then Ricky Thornton was the right man at the right spot at the right time to grab that interception and flip the field for Tulsa, as now they have possession of the football, and they're probably looking to shed some clock again.
That's Ricky Thornton, 4th INT on the season, which gives this team 9 takeaways for the Desperados. And there is going to be a short pass to Sonzo Robinson, only picks up 3 yards.
It's a nice flat route from Robinson to kind of start this drive off, and the big thing for them is to shed some clock away, keep that possession of the football. It's going to be interesting what the final times of possession is going to be between these 2 teams.
Absolutely, partner. Here's a single back slot pair formation here for for Tulsa. 4-3 is San Diego's defense, 2nd and 7. 4 minutes exact on the clock, and they're using every second of it. There's Sonzo Robinson right up the middle, picks up 6.
Yeah, it looked like he was stumbling a little bit there, so he just head first kind of dove himself to get as many yards as possible, and he manages to get 6. And again, we've seen this a few times, especially in the second half. It's a 3rd and 1. Most likely what's going to happen is that they're going to give it to Sonzo again here. Let's see what San Diego can do here defensively to apply the pressure.
3rd and 1, and Tulsa's in shotgun. Sonzo is still in the backfield with JQ. 2-step drop, dumps it off to Robinson. He picks up the 1st down.
Yep, and the wide receivers were essentially a decoy to get the secondary out of the way for a
Yeah,
Sonzo Robinson flat route pass, and he had just enough space to get that first down and maybe a yard or two more, which moves the chains, and the clock continues to tick. If I'm not, or actually, they're out. He was tackled out of bounds. My mistake. So the clock
yeah,
stops at 3:15.
yeah. So right now, Tulsa would like to stay inbounds when getting tackled, while San
Mhm.
Diego would love for them to go out of bounds to stop the clock. And there's another
Yes.
handoff here to Robinson to try to milk this thing here now. 3.5 yards per carry on the day. And San Diego still has all 3 timeouts.
Yeah, and the big key for San Diego at this point is that they need to make a stop here. They'll have their 3 timeouts. They're probably going to get inside the 2-minute warning once they get the football back. So they're going to have to be quick with their offensive drive if they can get that ball back.
And another thing, Tulsa's not quickly to snap the ball coming out of these between these downs here. They're taking their
Hmm.
time. That's 3 seconds on the clock too. There's a dump off to Robinson. Roll, shoulder charge, picks
Wow.
up the first down and out of bounds. That stops the clock.
Yeah, just a big first down as well, because again, that's another set of downs to start over for Tulsa, and Sonzo just beasting his way through. We've seen this plenty of times in this game. This time, the guilty party looked to be Ron Hoff once
Off again.
again, which is, I think, the second or third time he's gotten hammered by Sonzo in this game. It's just very tough going from the secondary for San Diego.
Underneath the center is JQ. Sons of Robinson in the backfield. Single back formation. Handoff to Robinson. Gonna lose a yard. Tackled by a host of Mavericks.
Yeah, which Tulsa, they won't shrug it off too much. I know they lost a yard here, but I think this play was more so intended just to get to the 2-minute warning at this point. As the clock continues to tick down, they haven't done their formation yet. So yeah, that's exactly what we're seeing here.
Bertu DeMora was on the tackle. That's going to be the 2-minute warning, people. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. Next week on Next Level Sports and for the fans. Make sure you check the SFL action for its week 12 of season 17 as it gets ready to wrap up the season and prepare for the playoffs. High snap to Q. Q's going to dump it off to Robinson. Robinson's going to get hit hard in the backfield. Loses another yard there. That was Miles Gibson in the tackle.
And San Diego uses their first of 3 timeouts as well. So this is going to be a big opportunity for Tulsa if they can convert this third down. It's 12 yards away. They might have to toss it in the air and rely on JQ, who has been really good in this game so far, to get that pass off and get that first down.
Here's another handoff here to Robinson. Robinson really stood up, picks up 1 yard there, 4th and 11. Now Tulsa's going to punt the ball back to San Diego with 1 minute and 54 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, it was very interesting is that San Diego is going to get the ball back with 1 timeout still. So it's going to be interesting how they prepare for this 2-minute drill here. They're essentially maybe going to get a minute 50, maybe a little bit less to kind of go all the way down the field, all depending on the placement of the football as well on this punt.
There's a snap. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, there's a snap in the punt. I was yawning as I was speaking. Sorry.
It's gonna be a tough task for San Diego here because they've got 82 yards to go down the field with just a minute 48 left. So Vasquez, you're gonna have to sling that football, buddy.
Absolutely. Get that arm warmed up. 4 wide receiver set, trips to the right of Vasquez. Jalen Wells in the backfield. Dime formation for Tulsa. Big arm down the
Wide
sideline. He
open.
got a man wide open. It's Liam Hammer out to the 30, the 20.
He's gone.
He's going to outrun everyone and crosses Hollywood Boulevard to put 6 on the board for the San Diego Mavericks in the closing minutes of this ball game.
Yeah, he was wide open from the start here. So this is what San Diego needed. One play, one catch, one touchdown, 82 yards. I believe if I am San Diego, I would try for the 2-point conversion to bring this lead down to 7, if I'm not mistaken. No, it'll make it 8 on this one. So I would go for the 2 points, get the onside kick, and try to get back in this game as quickly as possible.
And they read your mind, partner, because they have the offense on the field. Eye spread, two-step drop. Nobody is open. And Vasquez runs it in himself for the first down. I mean, for the touchdown. I mean, for the 2-point conversion. What a crazy play.
That play was so confusing to you that you had 3 different terms for points scored in your head out of that. Just in it was crazy because he was looking for the open man, and then the pursuit was happening from the Tulsa defensive line, and he manages to get himself through the end zone line to get the all-important 2 points, and now it's an 8-point game for San Diego. This game is back up for grabs.
There's this kick, and Tulsa's going to recover it.
Okay, now Tulsa's recovered this. Essentially, I think, is that if they can get 1 first down, they've sealed the deal at this point. So they need to trust on Sanzo. They might need to get a quick first down pass, even from JQ, just to get things out of the way. But they're going victory formation here.
Yeah, they're going victory formation. They have brought in the backups. Deshara Young now at quarterback for Tulsa. She takes a knee, and San Diego takes their final and last timeout. And Tulsa's basically going to come out and continue to go into victory formation.
Yeah, and it's gonna be 3 plays essentially here, which might be enough time to shed the clock. I'm not too sure, depending on how much time on the play clock they get for each, which I think is 35 seconds each. So this might just be enough time to run the clock to zeros.
Deshara Young once again with another kneel down. And this clock is going to continue to run. 3rd and 13 now for Tulsa. Other SFL action looks like a big one over there with Denver and Fort Worth. It looks like Denver has just taken the lead at 25-20 as Fort Worth has been leading in that game all game long.
Yeah, and it's been really back and forth between the 2 teams here. And Eric Price is what kept Denver's offense from to keep going essentially here. So that one's a tight matchup as well.
There's another kneel down there for Tulsa, and they're going to kick it back to San Diego with maybe looks like 14 seconds will be.
Yeah, they're going to have between 10 and 15 seconds here. So Tulsa's going to have to pin the ball deep for San Diego to give them as little chance as possible.
Here's the punter for Rook. And man, they let that joke go all the way down, I tell you. Bounces inside the 10 at the 1 goal line inside the end zone. And 8 seconds left on the clock.
Here we go, Demond. We just saw this in the last possession. It was 1 play to Liam Hammer that got him to the end zone. Can they do it again from essentially the same spot? It's 80 yards instead of 82.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, and this time I would project the defense to come out and play in cover 12, basically where everyone is playing deep coverage. Big shot down the sideline. That pass is going to be deflected away. 4 seconds left on the clock. Nice tip there by Palmer.
Yeah, it looked to be the exact same route for Liam Hammer, basically a streak, get as fast as you can down the field, but this time the safeties drop back a little bit deeper, knowing that it was going to happen. And now San Diego has 1 more play, maybe 2, if they're lucky, to get to the end zone.
It looks like Tulsa has their backups in the game here. I think this is crucial. This is a crucial situation here. I wouldn't want my backups in the game at this point. That pass, that was dangerous, thrown across the middle of the field. Could have been picked off by Tulsa.
Yeah, and a little bit of a too short of a throw. If I'm being honest with myself, from Vasquez, I would have aimed it a little bit deeper. He did have someone down the middle of the field. I don't know that would have resulted in a touchdown. But 2 seconds left. This is make or break at this point. And yep, they got their 5 receivers out.
Here's the formation. But they had that big score in the first quarter. There's the snap. Pressure. Pass down the middle. It is completed.
Oh my God!
Leon running.
He's
Yes, he
gone!
does. Lim Hammer. You gotta be kidding me. 80 yards, and he crossed Hollywood Boulevard.
Come on!
This game has just got a whole lot more interesting than it was before.
Oh my Lord, if you would have guessed this about 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes ago, that San Diego would score 2 touchdowns in their 2-minute warning, you would have called us crazy. But they managed to do it here. They've got a 2-point possession away from tying this game. This is the biggest play of this game right here.
This is crazy. I mean, they come out. This looks like the same formation they tried to go with the last 2-point conversion.
Watch
The
out
high
for the
spread.
run.
Here is Vasquez, dumps it
He's
off
open.
to West. He walks in untouched across the goal line for 2 points to tie it up at 23. Guess what? No time is on the clock. We're heading into extra innings. Well, quarters.
Unbelievable.
Overtime, baby.
You could not write this up.
Whatever the coin toss was at the beginning of the game, what it basically is going to be here now. Mavericks will receive.
Wow. This is massive because San Diego has basically flipped the momentum here, and they're getting the ball back again. So this is huge.
I don't know if you can, I'm pretty sure you can hear it, partner, but this home crowd is rocking. Vasquez has just made the play of his career with that 80-yard bomb to Lim Hammer. And here comes Ryan Owens. Ryan got daylight towards the top of the field. Out to the 27 is where San Diego will start this drive.
Yeah, are they going to go with Liam Hammer once again on this? Or are they going to try to methodically tire this Tulsa defense? There's so many options now. San Diego, you have amazed me today, to say the least.
The gun tray open has been the only play that has basically been giving San Diego some type of positive opportunity here. And they're going to dump it off to Wales, and Wales is going to lose 3 yards on that reception.
We also have to remember, too, the new viewers here watching this game in overtime. This isn't your traditional NFL rules or anything. It's the first team to score any points out of this will win this game. So San Diego can just rely on a field goal here as well. But it's not a good start here, losing 3 yards.
Absolutely. Basically old school sudden death. Overtime rules here. They come out in a single right slot pair. Twins to the top, bring pressure. As Tulsa got a man across the middle of the field. The pass is completed to Liam Hammer. Out to the 37-yard line now, 3rd and 1.
And, Liam Hammer has to be close to 200 yards receiving at this point, having a DR Sim performance, if I can say so myself, out of this game here. But nonetheless, another big catch here gets close to the first down line. But one of the bad things from San Diego's game so far, poor 3rd down conversions. So they need to make this one.
Handoff here now to Wales. Wales picks up the first down and more. Almost out to midfield, down and tackled at San Diego's 47.
And I think that's one of the first times Jalen Wells has had that much space down the middle as well. Tulsa's defense has done a fantastic job shoring up any gaps that happen from the offensive line. But this time is a little bit of a slip, and Jalen Wells has plenty of space to get that first down and an extra 8 or 9 yards more.
You stated that was probably the biggest hole of the day for Jalen Wells, and I have to agree with you because big number 70, Joseph Gomer. Oh my goodness! He put a block on one of the linebackers that basically opened up that hole.
Oh yeah.
Empty formation, 5 wide receiver set here. Got a man down the middle, going to the sideline. That pass is almost intercepted by Daniel Wright.
They were looking for Optimus Klein there. He had a great opportunity, excuse me, and he was throwing on the run. He had a lot of vision, but Wright manages to get his hands on the football and basically tells Vasquez, "Yeah, try that again."
Right, basically ran the route.
Yeah, basically right at the spot there is he wanted the interception too.
Second and 10 here for San Diego. 3 yards shy of midfield. 3 wide receivers on the play. Brings pressure, and he goes down. I can't believe it. Carson Miller with that sack.
Yeah, there was a wide open spot for Carson Miller just to run himself through. He didn't get him initially there. He had to turn a little bit to get to Vasquez's back. And now it's another big third down situation for San Diego. Can Tulsa apply the pressure again?
3rd and 12. They need a first down here. Going over the top. Almost intercepted, but just deflected away by Nate Haslip.
Heslip wanted that one big time, but he will take the deflected pass instead of the interception because now it's 4th down in San Diego. They're going to punt the football away, and now Tulsa has a chance, despite everything that happened in the final 2 minutes of the 4th quarter. They can still redeem themselves on this possession.
Here's the punt. And here's Gabriel Manning. Race that tackle. Hit and brought down at the 25. Tulsa basically has been burning the clock all game long. Do you try to go big here, or do you continue to stick with your game plan and burn the clock, move the ball methodically down the field?
Look, when you're in overtime, you could go as slow and methodic as you can. Because when the clock hits zeros in overtime, it's just going to mean another overtime. So they could shed off a whole 9 minutes on this drive if that means getting some points.
I got to get to my wife and get some wine. I can't stay here all day. There's a pass right across the middle of the field, and it's going to be complete to Williams as he's tackled and brought down at the 27-yard line of Tulsa. 2nd and 7 now, 3 yards from the game.
Yeah, they're going short route on this one, going with Williams on the catch to get a 3-yard gain, and they're going with their tried and true, which has worked a lot of the time, and they're getting their first downs out of short passes.
7-step drop here by Q. Q is hit hard in the backfield. Oh my goodness, they are bringing some pressure. Both teams, that is, and that was Denzel Maverick with the pressure.
They had Denzel Maverick, and
they're going to give him the sack too. I thought the ball came out of his hand. My bad.
Yeah, no, it looked like there was 3 defenders that got to JQ right away there, which I think also included KT Slayer and Pete Mitchell as well. So a lot of pressure on that 2nd down pushes them all the way back.
Oh, wait a minute. So Tulsa, so this is not Q in the game?
Is it not? They still have their backups in?
That looks like the backup quarterback was in the game.
Damon, what's going on?
If that's true, this is, I don't know what to say on that.
This is dangerous for Tulsa.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't you put your starters back in the game?
And JQ's been so hot through this game too.
It's San Diego coming back on the field.
Wow.
At their 47-yard line where they last held the ball at. 7 minutes and 51 seconds left on this clock.
I'm kind of speechless right now.
I am too. I don't know what to say about that. I mean, there's a jump. Encroachment there. There's Wells with a stiff arm from hell.
Okay. This puts a whole new perspective to things.
Yeah, and I'm seeing a backup linebacker in the game for Tulsa's. Guy Sanders, number 51. There's who is 93 Jules. He's a backup as well. So There's a lot of backups in this game for Tulsa. But you got to
Yeah.
give these guys credit. They're still balling.
Yeah, they're still making the key stops here too.
Here is San Diego. Just crossed midfield at the 48-yard line with that encroachment penalty there. There's a handoff here to Jalen Wells. Jalen Wells almost breaks that tackle. He does break that tackle. But being brought down right at the 41 of Tulsa now.
Oh man, this is crazy. Seeing that now the Tulsa has their backups in through all this, and it's just left me speechless at this point. I guess this is going to be a big opportunity for these backups here to make key stops and kind of see if they can get themselves a little bit higher on the depth charts. If you want to think it that way.
Yeah, could be. Maybe the coaches want to get some extra looks at these backup guys here. Here's Wells. Wells is hit hard. And I think that is Collins. No, I'm sorry, Miller. Carson Miller there with that tackle.
Yeah, you see
Miller
that
is
fourth
still in
tackle.
the game.
Yeah, you still got some starters in this game still. There's still Carson Miller, and I believe I've seen
There's DeMauro as well.
yeah, and there's Nate. We saw Nate Heslip with the key pass deflection earlier in this overtime as well.
Yeah. Another handoff into Wills. Right up the middle. Big hole. And he's into field goal range.
Uh-oh, there it is.
It's gone. Oh, I was about to say it's going to be a walk-off, but no. Tackled and brought down by Lee Palmer, backup cornerback.
Wow. That's a huge run for Jalen Wells because that's essentially gets them way into field goal position here, which gives their kicker like just a short position to kind of kick that field goal, or they could go aggressive out of this and try to get that touchdown. But it looks like they're going to rely on DuPont here to end this game, and the fans don't like it.
They bring out the field goal unit right away. There's the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it's good. San Diego walks out of here with the victory, Brett Killian.
Yeah, and in a game where you thought that Tulsa would have this going, San Diego trusted in their 2-minute drill to get them out of this game here. They get to overtime, they tie the game up, which seemed almost insurmountable, and they get to overtime, they get the second possession, and they get the key field goal that they needed to win this game. Just an amazing outing from San Diego to come back in this game nonetheless.
Yeah, there's Tulsa there looking at their time of possession, and they really milked the clock, but that last play in the fourth quarter with 1 second left on the clock basically turned this game around and gave San Diego life to push this into overtime, get the 2-point conversion to tie it up at 23, and come away with the field goal right at the end of the game there to basically take the lead and win this ball game. Give kudos to both teams coming in here 2-8. Really had nothing to play for in this game, but pride and bragging rights, I should to say. But everyone wants to win, right? I mean, no one wants to take a loss in any game that you're playing, no matter what the record is. I asked the 0-16 Lions. I bet they can tell you how that feels.
Yeah, when you sign a contract in the SFL, you aim to play all 12 regular season games with the same amount of heart as you did in the first week. And this game was a prime example of it. You saw both quarterbacks slinging the football like it was their first week. You saw running backs basically demolish secondaries and get those first downs. It was just all heart from both these teams, and I think both teams got to come out of this with a positive mentality because they didn't give up from start to finish.
Yeah, Ricky Thornton just came up a yard short there of making that tackle on Liam Hammer. Basically could have sealed the victory for Tulsa.
And you'll see there Jalen Wells was the big guy in the second overtime here and getting this big run to essentially get well inside the red zone and basically seal the deal for San Diego.
Yeah, absolutely there. I thought he was going to make it into the end zone before being tackled by Lee Palmer there, though. Let's take a look at the player of the game. It's Liam Hammer. You stated he should have over 200 yards, and there it is, barring 8 receptions, 217, 2 touchdowns. 27.1 yards per catch.
Yeah, easily a DR Sim-esque game. Easily.
No, that's a Brett Killian type of game. You always get the long touchdown passes. But that's going to do it, folks. Thank you for watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. I was your play-by-play guy for the day, and alongside me was my good man and wide receiver buddy, Brett Killian. Brett, it was awesome calling this game with you. Please close us out. Oh, please close us out. Goodbye, everybody. Have a good night. See you next week.